Welcome to Everyday Tech Explained. Ready to dive into motion sensors?
Always.
We're going way beyond just security systems this time.
Oh yeah, there's so much more you can do with them now.
Exactly. And we found this awesome article, 5 Clever Uses for Motion Detectors Around Your House. It's from a tech website, and it's got some seriously cool ideas.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Sounds like fun.
By the way, if you're digging this deep dive so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Okay, first up, imagine getting a notification the second your mail arrives.
You mean like right when it hits the mailbox?
Yep, no more checking a million times a day.
Especially if you have a big yard or a mailbox out by the street, that's a game changer.
No kidding. Though you might need a long-range sensor depending on your setup.
Right, or maybe tie it into your smart home system somehow. You know, like a light flashing when the mail's here.
Love it. Okay, next idea. Soundscapes. Like using motion sensors to trigger different music or sounds in different rooms.
So you could walk into your reading nook and instantly get those chill vibes.
Exactly. Or step into your home gym and boom, your workout playlist starts pumping.
Now we're talking. You could do that with a sensor that has a built-in speaker.
Or link a regular sensor to a smart speaker.
Totally.
Use
Yeah.
Alexa routines or something similar.
Pretty slick. All right, the vacation mode automation. This one's clever. Motion sensors can detect when you're not home.
And trigger actions accordingly, like shutting off the water valves just in case.
Close blinds, maybe even power down the Wi-Fi router.
All about peace of mind and saving energy while you're away.
Absolutely. Now, for something a little more secretive, what about guarding those sensitive areas with motion sensors?
Like medicine cabinets or where you keep important documents.
Exactly. Think small, hidden sensors. Maybe even a hidden camera, too, for extra security.
Discretion is key here, right? You don't want it to be obvious.
Definitely. Okay, last but not least, motion sensors can help us remember our leafy friends.
Our plants. Yep. Think of it as a gentle reminder system. The sensor notices you haven't been near your plants in a while.
And pings you with a little, hey, don't forget to water me.
Exactly. Although you'd need to position this sensor carefully, you wouldn't want it going off every time someone walks by.
And different plants have different needs, too. Gotta factor that in. So we've talked about convenience and security.
Right.
But have you thought about how motion sensors can help save energy?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for ways to be more efficient. Like, what kind of things are we talking about?
Well, we mentioned vacation mode earlier, but think about those rooms you don't use all the time.
Like a guest bathroom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or a hallway closet. Instead of leaving the lights on constantly, you could use a motion sensor.
So it only turns on when someone's actually in there.
Exactly. It's a simple change, but it can really add up. And it doesn't have to be just lights either.
Oh, so you could control things like fans, too.
Yep. Even some small appliances, potentially.
That's really interesting. It makes you think about all the possibilities.
It does. And while we're thinking about possibilities, let's talk about accessibility.
Accessibility. How do motion sensors play into that?
Well, imagine a motion-activated nightlight in a hallway. That could help prevent falls, especially for people with mobility issues.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Or even something like automatic doors.
Wow, that would make a huge difference for someone in a wheelchair. Or anyone using a walker.
It's about using technology to make life easier for everyone.
I love that idea. And it's not limited to just homes, is it?
Not at all. Think about businesses, for example. You know those automatic doors at the grocery store? Those are often motion activated.
Oh, yeah. It's so helpful when your hands are full of bags.
Exactly. And then on an even larger scale, you've got things like traffic monitoring.
Wait, really? Motion sensors can be used for traffic.
Oh yeah, they're already being used to detect vehicles and help control traffic signals, makes things flow more smoothly.
That's incredible. So many applications I never would have thought of. Makes me wonder what the future holds for motion sensors.
Oh, it's a rapidly developing field. The sensors themselves are becoming even more accurate and sensitive. And as smart home technology keeps advancing...
It's going to get even more integrated, isn't it?
Exactly. So instead of just turning on a light, it could adjust the temperature, maybe play some music, even start brewing your coffee, all tailored to your personal routine.
Wow, that sounds amazing. But with all this amazing potential, what about the downsides?
You're right, it's not all sunshine and roses. There are some challenges and potential risks to consider as well.
So, downsides. What do we need to watch out for?
Well, like with any tech that gathers data, privacy is a big one.
Motion sensors are always watching, basically. What should we be thinking about in terms of protecting ourselves?
Transparency, for sure. Really dig into those privacy policies.
The ones from the manufacturers.
Exactly. You need to know what they're collecting, how they're storing it, all of that.
And who they're sharing it with, right?
Absolutely. Look for systems that use strong encryption and have good security in place.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about hacking? Could someone take over my motion sensors?
It's possible, unfortunately. That's why it's so important to go with trusted brands.
Ones with a good track record for security, you mean?
Yeah, and ones that provide regular software updates. Those updates patch security holes.
Got it. And I guess we should be careful about letting other apps access our sensor data too, right?
Definitely. Don't just click allow without knowing what you're agreeing to.
Okay, good reminder. So we've got data privacy, potential hacking, anything else to be aware of?
Well, like any tech, there's always the chance of glitches. A false alarm could be a real headache.
Imagine the cop showing up because your sensor thought a squirrel was a burglar.
Exactly. Or the opposite, a sensor fails to detect something it should have.
Not great if you're relying on it for security.
Right. Motion sensors are a great tool, but they shouldn't be your only line of defense.
It's like anything else, right? Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. And I think that's a great note to wrap up on.
I agree. So, from automating our homes to revolutionizing industries, motion sensors are everywhere.
It's incredible how versatile they are.
And it sounds like
Yeah.
they're only going to become more powerful and integrated into our lives.
Absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's up to us to use them wisely.
Well said. This has been Everyday Tech Explained. We've explored the ins and outs of motion sensors, from the brilliant to the things we need to be cautious about. What do you think? Are you team motion sensor? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of everyday tech.